Well, this village was created in 1974 by an elder. His name is Credo Vosamazulumutua Unompumelelo. The name was given by his parent. Credo Mutua was born in 1920 on the 21st of July. This month, I would say 19 days from now, on the 21st, we will be celebrating his 98 years. He is a historian, playwright, architect, painter, sculptor, and a traditional healer. We Black South Africans, we call him Isanusi, which means the great shaman, the great prophet. He created this village for us, the people of Soweto, so that we can be in touch with our traditions since we live the modern life. Credo Mutua is a shaman. He has done lots of powerful predictions that happened in this world. In 1960, he made a prediction about the shooting of the father of apartheid, Verwoerd. It was on a Friday when he told Verwoerd that on the Sunday he must not go to the courtyard where they used to meet on Sundays. He's going to be shot. He said that no one can shoot me. On Sunday he was shot on the cheek. In 1963, he wrote a letter in a poetic form that he sent to the former president of America, John F. Kennedy, how he's going to be assassinated. He was assassinated exactly the way the poem stated. And in 1975, he made a prediction about the uprising of Soweto that made Those are my poems, man. Work on it. In 1975, he made a prediction about the uprising that happened in Soweto that made the children of Soweto to come and attack this village and burn this village. It was in December 1975 when the elder was called to come and speak in an only word commission in Johannesburg. Children of Soweto boycotted the commission. He attended the commission. In the commission, journalists were not allowed to be there. It happened that it happened that Helen Zale, I don't know if you know about Helen Zale. Helen Zale it's a member of DA, the opposition party of the government. He was a journalist, he sneaked in, and because of it was a commission, he just asked Credo Mutua to just give the commission a way how they can be able to run to help the people of Soweto, since it was a special commission to look after the interest of the people of Soweto. In his prophecy, he said, the women of Soweto, they foresee fire and they smell smoke, and that the children of Soweto will revolt against the language Afrikaans as the medium language at school. 6 months down the line, Soweto was never the same. There was fire, smoke, children fought against the language. But Helen Zale, as a journalist, she misrepresented Credo. She changed the statement of the elder. She said that Mr. Mutua said the children of Soweto are a big problem in the townships. The police and the soldiers must come and shoot to kill them. So they never liked the statement. They thought Credo was a traitor. When the Black Power began, some of the children came to this village. They never found him. They torched this village, went to his house in Deep Kloof. That is where they found him. They burned his house, stoned him nearly to death, poured him with a petrol, waiting for one of them to set fire on him. Until Zenzi Mandela, the daughter of Nelson and Winnie, by then she was just a teenager, she was 16 years old, when she met the children on their way towards Credo Mutua. She never knew that they were going to Credo Mutua. When she realized that the reason was to go to kill Mr. Mutua, she removed herself from the children and begged the children not to burn or kill Mr. Mutua. That's how he got a chance to survive. In 1997, unfortunately, his firstborn son, Biggie, was killed by the student. In 1979, he made other powerful predictions. One, he made the prediction about the Twin Tower bombing that happened in America, HIV and AIDS, and other predictions. In this room, we call this room Danana, which means the prison. Why the prison? Because of this is where some of the sacred ornaments that Krenomota got from other shamans are hidden in this place. Some of the predictions are hidden in this room. And at the same time, this is where all traditional women that worked with Credo will come together and share their travel experiences according to the teachings and the healings. In this room, this is where one of the powerful predictions happened, the Twin Tower bombing prediction. When he made that prediction, he wanted to go on the safer side. He didn't want to mention the country, but he prepared to mention the race. He said somewhere over the seas, in one of the most powerful, developing, and a rich country, there's going to be a destruction whereby the Arabs will use a flying machine to revolt against that country. And the leader of that team will be groomed by a special force of that country that says he will be the product of that country. Krenomota still is an ancient way of telling stories. Our elders are the people who never tell stories. Some they still make African way, whereby we use sculptures, paintings, or storytelling forms. These are the original Twin Towers. That's the craft approaching the Twin Towers. When you look at the sun is in the dawn, it's in the morning, it says the time. He said wherever and whenever it's going to happen in the morning. When America was attacked, it was in the morning. These Batman cars, they were introduced to us, the South Africans, for the first time in 2001, the year America was attacked. These are the models of the cars that we saw on television running away from the Twin Towers, the Lamborghini Ferraris, Subarus, and the Aston Martins. And the Americans, they call this bridge the DS Roosevelt Drive that passes the Twin Towers, that separate New York and Manhattan. It's a circle of life that says what goes around must come around. And the dark cloud says when days are dark, friends are few. After the 11th of September 2001, nobody wanted to go to America. Americans were on their own. Even the best friends were scared to go there. To show that you are speaking about America, originally in an American flag, the passports and their currency, the dollar, we find the bird, which is the hawk. The calabash says African continent. While the bird is carrying the calabash, it is because America, even today, is still controlling Africa using United Nations and USAID and other organizations as the agents. The red paint shows the blood. The water says over the seas of Africa, and the sky represents the man that attacked the Americans. Bin Laden was an Arab. He used to wear black robe. In 2012, the Americans questioned the former President Barack Obama's office and said to the office, guys, you said you killed Bin Laden. Can you see his body as a proof? The spokesperson said that his body was buried into the water. In 1979, when America was fighting with Afghanistan, Bin Laden was working for CIA. He is their product, believe it or not. And Credo was never the first prophet to make the Twin Tower bombing. The first prophet to make the Twin Tower bombing was Prophet Parangeti, who was a Zimbabwean, who was killed. He made the prediction in 1974, and it's because this painting was dedicated to Parangeti. It is a change of times. Hence, in 2000, that is where everything started to change. The millennium started to do millennium. That is where the new world order was introduced. And at the same time, Parangeti was killed in 1979. Parangeti was the one who was supposed to be the president of Zimbabwe when Zimbabwe called independence. He was killed by Joshua Nkomo. Joshua Nkomo is the one who groomed Musa Mugabe to become the president. And that is the Mother Nature, the Earth Mother, the first woman to live and give birth to the nature. It's a teaching and a reminder that we get from our African elders using Credo Mutwa as a messenger to all the people of this earth, that as an African woman, you are the only person in this earth that experienced, in fact, What am I saying? As an African woman, we are so strong and powerful. As the people of this earth, we need to respect, honor, and protect you because you possess powerful energies that we, the people of the earth, we don't possess. Sometimes, as the people of the earth, we become arrogant, do not to accept that. As an African woman, you are so strong and powerful. If we can give you the chance to lead the earth, we like it or not, there'll be no hunger, no starvation, or unnecessary wars. Hence, in South Africa, in Sesotho, we say, Mosadi, Akabe Yata, it says, as an African woman, the way you've got guts, the way you are so strong, you can assist a lioness when it's pregnant to give birth. At the same time, you can tame any dangerous creature in this world. That is why the mother, she's sitting on top of the male, dangerous, hungry lion. She is taming it to show the strength and the power as an African woman possesses in this world. That is why the greatest wise African men will say, behind a successful African man, there must be a strong, powerful African woman. Then the white man removes the African and say, behind a successful man, there must be a strong, powerful woman. That's the teaching that we get there.
Thank you.